Okay, hey, Mr. Lucario.
What's up?
I wanted to ask you about what happened earlier today when we were walking past a couple on the street,
Uh-huh.
a young couple, and the woman was saying to the man, what was she saying?
She was saying you don't gotta lie to me, right?
Right. And your immediate response,
Was what? Oh, I said yes. He does have to lie to you, right? So,
you didn't actually say it to her because that would have been rude.
No, I didn't say it to her. I was
But-
just basically saying he does.
But that surprised me.
Yeah, but see, this thing I was sort of being like facetious and also, serious at the same time. And the reason why I say this,
Is men do need to lie to women.
they don't need
That's what
to,
you're
but
saying.
they do because it's easier to lie than to tell the truth.
So can you expand on that? Because so many women are like,
Right.
this is so painful to me. Why would he lie to me?
Right.
You know, my trust and my
Uh-huh.
my trust in any men and
Mm-hmm.
has all been shattered because someone lied to me.
Right.
Why can't men be honest?
Well, the thing is, men can't be honest because a lot of times when men are honest, they don't usually get what they want most of the time. So, like, for example, most men would actually just want to approach women and talk to them and say, hey, I'm interested in you sexually, and I just want to have sex with you. And some guys do that. But what happens is that
The response is, "Oh, get away
yes,
from me!
exactly.
You're a creep."
Right. You see what I'm saying? So,
Okay.
So what happens is that it's not necessarily that the guys need to lie, but it's that if a woman would actually, if women generally could accept the truth without it being a reaction to his character. You understand what I'm saying? Because that's really a lot of it, what it's about.
You mean not being negative to what he's really
Right,
about?
exactly.
And this is something I feel like we've talked about before,
Mm.
that if you're going to be honest in a
Uh-huh.
relationship,
Right.
it's not just the person speaking and being honest
Right.
that needs to do some work. It's
Uh-huh.
the person receiving the honesty.
Exactly.
Right?
Right.
So part of it is that you would need to be open to hearing the truth about what's going on and still loving
Right.
about that truth in order for it to happen.
Right, and it has to be a two-way street from both parties. So I would say for a woman, if women want a man to be honest, because I don't know most women are like, well, I want a guy to be honest, right?
Right.
So if a woman wants a man to be honest, then women also have to be honest with the guy about how she is and what she's feeling and what's really going on with
But
her.
I think most women feel they are being honest.
No, but a lot of women aren't.
In what ways?
Meaning that a lot of women will and this is tricky because a lot of times a woman will say I want this, or she feels she wants this, and then one minute she doesn't want it and the next minute she does and the next minute she doesn't. So it's
Like what?
Like, let's say for example she's into a guy and she actually wants to have sex with him, or she wants to get intimate with him or whatever, and then the next minute she doesn't want to do it because of however she's feeling. You
Right.
understand? So then to the guy it looks like she's playing games, it looks like she's not being forthcoming with what she wants. You see what I'm saying?
Whereas she is, it just
Right.
keeps shifting.
Right. But
So she is being honest.
right, but see, that's the thing. It's not really in his eyes. He's not seeing it as honest. You see what I'm saying? So it's
So if he was more open to the fact that her honesty is just ever shifting,
right.
always present, but
Uh-huh.
but the way she's feeling about things is shifting,
Uh-huh.
and she's being honest about it moment to moment.
Right. And then so with that being said, if a guy can be accepting of that, a woman has to be accepting of a guy's blunt honesty, period. So the same way you're saying the guy has to be accepting of her flip-flopping depending on her mood and situation, right? She has to be able to accept a man's honesty from the jump also. You see
About
what I'm
who
saying?
he is and what he's about.
Right, exactly.
Right.
That's-
And understand that what men are, who men are, and what they're about, it doesn't make them bad. It just makes them men.
Right, right.
And that men do have different ways they approach relationships and approach sexual encounters.
Right, because this is the thing.
Yeah.
You have to understand this. A man is going strictly based off of how a woman is reacting or has shown how she's going to react, right? So even let's say, for example, you're feeling a certain way, so you're acting off of that feeling, right?
You, the woman.
Yeah, the woman's acting a certain way off of a feeling. The man sees how she reacts, and he says, okay, I know if I say this, she's going to act this way, or if I say that, she's going to act that way. So he wants the path of least resistance. So if he knows that lying is going to get him, to make the situation easier, he's going to do that. If he knows that telling the truth is going to make the situation easier, he's going to do that. So it's not necessarily about him needing to lie or wanting to lie. It's about him needing to be able to be in a space where he feels comfortable enough to be himself and not be judged for, don't say he's a creep, don't say he's disgusting, don't say, oh, how could you say that?
What you're saying is a man can be honest or will be honest to a certain point, and then he'll sort of dumb it down a little bit depending on how she responds.
Yes.
Right?
So.
Okay, and sorry, I'm cutting you off, but I just want to point out that this is something that I think a lot of women do with their girlfriends, where they'll say, maybe a girlfriend will say, oh, why didn't he call me? We had something really great going on, and we'll be like, girl, I don't know, you're the shit, right? Like, that guy's really missing out.
Right.
But we're kind of thinking in the back of our head, well, probably the reason he didn't call you was because you got super clingy and you were sending 50 text messages a day, and he was kind of scared off, right? But we're not going to tell her all of the truth. We're just going to tell her as much of it as we can.
Right, so that she doesn't go crazy.
To be supportive and informative, but often it gets to be more about supportive than informative.
Right.
Right? So I feel like maybe I feel like maybe as a woman I can identify with this whole okay, not full honesty, because that's not always socially, because a lot of the time as in social contexts, we do shift what we're going to say depending on,
But see, this is what I want to say. I'm going to use this analogy. If you have a kid, or someone's son or daughter who's gay, right?
Yeah.
And they know that their parents are extremely homophobic.
Yeah.
They're not going to tell the truth about their sexual orientation to their parents, right?
Or maybe they'll drop hints, but not too much.
But and the reason why is because they know how their parents are going to react to that. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So then they put up that front and that lie. It's the same exact thing with men. If you want men to be more honest with you, you have to basically let them know that you are not going to
freak out
because of their honesty. You see what I'm saying?
Right. So it actually starts with not just letting them know that you won't freak out, but doing some soul searching and calming yourself so that you don't.
Right. Exactly.
Right. So it's like working on yourself before you can have that conversation. Because I could say to you, you can tell me anything, I won't freak out, but you tell me something, I'm like, fuck.
Exactly.
I did not need to hear all that shit, right?
Exactly.
And so then, I wasn't ready for it.
Right.
And,
and until women are ready for it, guys are going to continue to lie. You see what I'm saying? And that's the truth about it. But see, the thing is that in order to get that guy to be more honest, right, it starts from you literally first. Like you said, working on yourself,
getting
doing some
to
soul
a place
searching,
where you can hear
that, so that when you're communicating with a guy, he knows, okay, I can keep it real with this woman, and what I'm saying, she won't freak out, she won't bug out. You understand what I'm saying? And then so the more that you do that with that guy, the more honest he will be with you, because his honesty with you is
accepted.
Yes, it's accepted. It's looked at as, well, I don't have to lie to her because there's a space for me to do this without it being an issue. You understand? That's really
so much work.
Right. That's really all it is. You know what I mean?